Alright, my fellow bistros, welcome back again. As you see, I am back at a winter's daydream. From when we last left off, okay, we're basically now heading, well, we had like a little, I guess, somewhat argument with our sister throughout the night, when the day I came back, as well as in the morning too, okay? And that, you know, it just led to one thing to another, and then my character had an idea to go visit Grandma and everything. So we're going to go to Grandma's right now. As you can see, we're on the train too to go visit Grandmama. So that's nice and stuff. But though I am having mixed feelings about the sister, like at least what the sister's reason for her actions are, because I was wondering if she's being more like a tsundere. I think she might be. I don't know, because she did give him a lunchbox, but. Again, don't know if she actually made the lunchbox herself or not. That's the only problem, but, you know, she could have. It's a possibility, but let's see what happens, though. But, let's go where we left off now. We're at the train journey to is revealing unremarkable and would be perfectly silent where it is not for the relenting of my old train wheels against the track. I am one of the only people sitting in this old jiggly car. These are, there's a woman with brown hair, holding a bouquet of white lilies, like lilies, on her lap, and a man with a young boy, his son, presumably, resting against his shoulder. A stuffed bear, not stiff, what the fuck? I was like, fucking, okay. A stuffed bear clenched to his chest, but that's all. Otherwise, the carriage is utterly deserted, like, just like the flat, featureless countryside that speeds past us. I stare aimlessly out the window, which are frosted over with powdered snow icing. Okay. The rice fields and hedgerows are pure white. All the trees have been stripped of their leaves. The cold wind run through them, making them shiver. I was gonna say shine for a moment. What the fuck? Sure, that's how I am all the time. I'm always tired. Then an ease handrest, swear specifically above my head. Why are these handrests on an old train like this? Nobody needs to stand. There are always free seats available. Well, I think that's just how the train's designed anyway. Plus, you gotta think about, like, depending how old these trains were, actually. And, like, also where specifically these trains were made, too, during the time, actually. They've probably been used a few times over the years, right? Because, yeah, if I do think, you know, they don't use the same train card for every, like, for the same route all the time. Like, I think they do change the, like, train cards over the years and stuff like that. At least every few, like, times now and then, something like that. I don't know. Not enough people live around here. There aren't many houses, just fields. The handrest seems like a useless expense, rocking pointlessly to and fro with the motion of the train. It's cold inside the train compartment, and my every exhalation of air miss up the windows. There you go. The young boy clinched the bear, numbling cursory in his sleep. I know I'm fucking up a lot right now, sorry. A strand of drool drips slowly from the corner of his mouth, and his father wipes it away with a crumpled tissue. This tender, gentle gesture makes me think of my mother, and how she would baby me when I was that boy's age. She still babies me, even now, though I'm almost 20, but it isn't really the same. Well, I can actually agree with that. Like I said, my grandparents are more like they're more like a parents to me, like that. Like Right, and no matter how old I get, of course, like I said, they always like treat me as like a little boy sometimes. So like my grandmother said, oh, my nana actually, she doesn't like to be calling grandma. If you call her grandma, oh, she gives you like a stink eye. I don't like the stink eye. Ooh, so we call her nana. But my nana would always call me her little dommy poo or something like that. Yes, it's embarrassing to even mention this, but you guys know that. So I'm going to be expecting people to call me dommy poo now. I'm getting older, and nobody can stop the environment much of time. During the long journey, which lasts a good half an hour longer than it has any right to, I ate my lunch. Mom did a wonderful job, just like usual. The brown rice, as I expected, Mom's favorite brown rice over white. She said it has more flavor. Comparing with the egg roll, omelet, cherry tomatoes, crispy fried chicken, and slice of apple. God damn, that sounds good. Why is there always something that mentions food and makes me hungry? I'm always hungry because of these stupid things. Mom used to make lunch like this for me back when I was in elementary school. If I ignored my reflection in the train's window, I could almost fool myself into believing I'm in a small child again. I closed the lid of the empty lunchbox and set it onto my lap, resting my fingers on the box. I turned my head and looked outside the window at the sugary snow clinching to everything and every surface. Wait, each and every surface, there you go. I feel like I'm trapped inside a snow globe. The biggest snow globe ever to have been created. When the train finally pulled into the station with an unpleasant skreek of brakes, as a flurry of powdered snow, I almost felt remorseful. I was enjoying the journey, and I wasn't the only one. The woman with the willy jolt, her eyes wide, I think she was starting to nod off, clenching her slightly crushed bouquet like some sort of talesman. The little boy with the stuffed bear jerks wide awake. Likewise, he glanced about the almost empty train compartment and the abandoned train station and blinks. His eyes filled with tears when he started to cry. I don't really blame him. I used to feel like crying whenever my parents took me into a tiny village too. It's so unkept and run down. It's only inspired a very unease feeling of depression. Ooh. That's kind of sad. Alright. Throughout the Dilemma old train station, though station might be a bit generous than the only one platform, tempers one's expectation for the village beyond is perfect. It's dull and deserted, and almost entirely removed from the real world. All the same, I think I gained a newfound appreciation for peace and quiet living in Tokyo. It's relaxing, even if you're a young boy tearing onto. The boy dad leans over, tempting to console him, but I pay little head. I pay little head. I pay attention when I say something. Hey, Beefy. Who's your good boy? You wanna come up, Bobo? Beefy, come on. You always do this. Come on. Come on. Get up here. I know you want to come up. You always like... Can't just jump right up when you want, when I say? Alright. I get on my feet, pulling my luggage out from the rack above my head. It's time to get up. Oh, this is Grandma's place? That's not that bad. Actually, it really doesn't look that bad. My grandma greets me cheerfully when I arrive at her home. She rattled off all the usual Really, boy? You're gonna lick my arm. Dog's being adorably annoying. While I take off my shoes in the entrance hall, how much she missed me, how happy she was to see me, and how I am welcome to stay with her as long as I like. Dave, what are you doing? I love you. There's no need to be annoying. I love you. I love you, boo boo. I love you, boo boo. Dog's a pain in the butt. Alright. Once my shoes were removed and lines up beside my grandmother's winter boots, others ushered me into the living room. It's not until we're both seated beneath the katasu, the heat beneath warming our feet, that she said with faithfully lying, all grandmothers say that their grandchild when they haven't seen them in a few months. My, you really have grown. Alright. It's a predictable as clockwork. I wonder if there's some kind of script that grandma operate from, or maybe a excuse law. As I pondered this, I looked down at myself and frowned. Have I really grown taller? Oh yes, definitely. To be quite honest, I can't see any difference. I think my grandma is being a little too optimistic. No, actually, I can actually say something like usually when it comes to like, you know, like at least for me, for example, working out and stuff, and you just hit the mic. Why did you hit the mic? Really, boy, you are becoming a bigger pain in the ass. Sorry about that, guys. Seriously, my beefy is being unusually more annoying. But what I was saying, but yeah, well, usually when it comes to like me working out and stuff like that, I don't, like I said, I don't notice the difference either way and stuff like that. Like again, I take pictures like once a week and stuff to see if there's any, of course, differences. So, but like usually if I see someone that I haven't seen for quite some time, they can easily spot the difference and stuff like that. So like, the grandmother is saying will most likely be true. Okay. Either that or she shrunk during the last few months, which isn't beyond the realm of possibilities, actually. No, that's, well, maybe. Depending on how much she's, like, slouching, then. Right? Because, you know, you're getting old. Strange things happen in our bodies as we get older. I think I look the same as always. Maybe to you, because you see yourself in the mirror every day. It's hard to notice change when it creeps up on you. See, that's why I just mentioned that. I just basically mentioned that. I like the grandmother. Also, Beefy, you are so annoying because you're stepping on a spot on my lap that hurts really badly. Ow. God damn, Beefy. I guess. It's different from, for me. Oh, that's the grandma. It's different from me. I didn't see you in 8 months, and you shoot up like a bean sprout. I think mom said something like that yesterday too. Hisako did? Hisako did? Yes. Yeah. Then I'll take her word for it. She had a good eye, that woman. Dad didn't seem to notice though. Well, fuck. Well, Kanane, I guess. Well, Kanane wouldn't. He can't see more than 5 feet past his own face. For all of her, Hasako's smarts, I don't know if she made the right decision when she married my son. Though, as Kanane's mother, I'm glad she did. Even he needs a woman to help guide him in my absence. Right. My voice trailed off. I'm not sure what to add to that. My grandmother is a strange woman. She's like teasing people, particularly my dad, and she jokes around so often it's hard to tell when, if ever, she's being serious. Well, I guess that's where the father gets his sense of humor from. She reminds me of a little of a fox, actually. She's easy as deceived. Okay. I sometimes wonder how she managed to raise a straightforward man like my father. Anyway, you, would you like some green tea? I could always brew you a cup. Oh, you don't have to, right? I don't want to cause any trouble. Taking care of my beloved grandson is never any trouble. I might be old, but I'm not that old. This sounds like my This sounds like my nana. This sounds like something my nana would say most of the time. She has a point. Grandma Ukino, might be in her 80s, but she's energetic as a woman's half her age. That's right. Actually, surprisingly, there are some people who are in their 80s or even older that actually look pretty good, actually, like good in shape and stuff. They don't even look that old. Lucky bastards. Her spirit is very much alive, but her body betrays her years. Her fingers are long and skinny, her face ingrained with wrinkles, and her eyes would be horribly unfocused without an aid of her glasses. Despite all this, however, my grandmother pulls herself to her feet with a smile, betraying no weaknesses. For such an old woman, her tenacity is quite impressive, but I'm worried all the same. Yeah, again, that would be me, because, again, my grandmother would try to do things on the line, and she's a stubborn old woman. She is. If she heard me call her a stubborn old woman, oh, I would be getting a stink eye for sure, and probably a hit with a cane or something. One of those two. Probably both. I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, this is making me think of my grandmother right now. Nana. I gotta remember saying Nana. You don't need to make the tea for me. I can always help you. I push my palm against the surface of the tasu, ready to get on my feet, but no, that will never do. Sit down, dear. You're the guest, and I see you are really these days. I'll make the tea. I will take care of you while I have the chance. I'll get that tea for you in a moment. Right? Well, right. Well, thank you for your hospitality. You don't need to be so formal, dear. We're family. Sorry. And you don't need to apologize either. So, I catch myself before I can make the same mistake twice, and my grandmother smiled fondly. You really are Hasuko's son. She was very polite too, a modest woman. In fact, I think you are more like her than Kaname. These names are so annoying to pronounce. Is that a good thing? Well, I would say maybe personality-wise is good. I just hope you don't look like your mother, because that'd be weird. Though, they did say he kind of looked very feminine, so maybe. Hey. It is what it is. No matter who your parents are, you're still you at the end of the day. Right. So, the tea. Do you like green tea, don't you? You have to forgive my poor memory, but it's been such a long time, I've quite forgotten. Green is fine. Good. That's all I have at the moment anyway. Yuki Nari always loved my tea, but oh well, that's in the past. Now, would you like me to rabbiting on? Rabbiting? What the hell is that? I don't get that. I need to get the kettle brew. The work of the hostess is never done. My grandma pat on to the living room. Her footstep crunched by her cream slippers. I began to glance over to in my grandma's absence, letting the heat of the katsu smooth my withered feet and aching legs. God damn, you gotta exercise more. My grandma's home is quintessentially Japanese. The walls are supported with wood. The floor is made from tatami mats, and the door is a sliding screen. This kind of architectural feel almost rusted after my time spending in Tokyo. My apartment in Tokyo has a distinctly Western feeling. There are no tatami floors, and there's not quite that much wood either. There are a lot of smooth, shiny plastic surface. However, I sleep in a bed instead of a futon. You know, I did try a futon, like a Japanese futon, and it is surprisingly comfortable. It really is. I actually like it. I would actually get myself one. Though I wouldn't really use it because I do have a bed. But like, if I had at least a guest over or something like that, I can at least have it for them, or like, you know, have the guest in my bed, like depending who the guest is, of course. Like, they can take my bed, I'll take the floor. I don't mind. This old house is so far away from my apartment as it's possible to get, and it looks the same as always. The same pictures hang on the wall, the same book lines the shelf, and the same wooden fruit bowl rests atop of the katsu. The only object in the room that is Japanese is a French doll sitting on a small table of the bookcase. Well, I see the doll. It's a nice little dolly. The doll has blonde hair tied back in a neat ringlet, blue eyes, figured with long lashes and small pouty lips. She wears a dress made of silk, real silk, I think, with matching shoes and socks. Hey, if it's made out of real silk, regardless if it's a small doll, that's actually worth probably a lot. I don't know. Again, how much is silk worth? Like 100% silk. Yeah, these are like, I'm getting questions for all these random things. I think her name is Lil Seti. I'm gonna go with that, Lil Seti. My grandma bought Lil Seti when they went on holiday to Europe more than 50 years ago. She's been a permanent fixture of this house ever since, even if she is a thought out of a place. When she was young, Atako used to examine Lucida, brushing out her hair and unbuttoning, then rebuttoning her dinky little shoes. I play with Lucinda too, though not quite as delicate as my sister. I used to tip the doll over upside down, integrate to see what sort of underwears she would have. Pale white drawers. If you're interested. I wasn't really interested, but okay. Guys, we know what kind of underwear this doll has. God damn, this... Okay. It wasn't a particularly exciting sight. Visiting my grandparents was never exciting. This old house reminds me of my childhood, of long-seeing endless summer days when I would lug about in the shade, trying to keep both my heat and my own boredom at bay. I never worked. Sometimes my parents and my grandparents and Atako and I would eat slice of watermelon sitting on the wooden vanity outside. Nice cold watermelon. That's cool. That's nice. The watermelon has grown locally. Its firm green skin I concealed and invited pale pink internet studs with little black seeds. We used to trinkle salt on the sides of watermelon to draw out the flavor. Really? I never actually put salt on my watermelon. Does that taste good? Guys, have you ever put salt on watermelon? Does that taste good? I don't know. I'm curious. It's a trick. Dad taught me. That was kind of fun, I guess. But the warm summer air, though, wrong with insects. They're buzzing and a bit of sucking my blood, leaving me with little red warts all over my arms and legs. Oh yeah, I hate that. That's when you get bug spray. Fortunately, it's too cold for insects right now. Well, yeah, there's snow. My grandmother's home is the same as it was during those long, lazy summer days. But now, the window was glossed with ice, and the kasu is the focal point of the living room. There you go. The kasu and the oranges. The pictures on the walls were sitting on the desk, and opposite the boxy TV set. A single syllable falls from my lips. Saliva falls from my lips. I was wrong. This is something different about this room after all. A small shrine has been etiquette in the stands in the corner of a photograph of my grandfather in the center, a few candles around the edges. Oh, it's like, okay, it's a little shrine of the grandfather. Okay. You should probably pay your respects. My grandfather died a little over a year ago before I went to the university. I haven't seen my grandfather since the funeral. I haven't been to her home. I never seen the shrine. I swallowed. I never used to like visiting my grandparents. I knew they were nice people. They always gave me spending money on my birthday and New Year's, but I was too young to appreciate their company. Their company. Okay, I always like. I did remember reading something about about the elderly in Japan and stuff like that. I'm not gonna get too much detail about that, and it's like, it seems like a lot of families are not really appreciate the grandparents or the elderly that much and stuff like that, at least in their families and stuff, and it's kind of sad about that. Again, I read this article at least maybe 2 years ago, I think, if I remember. I'll try looking up again just to see if there's any difference or any difference about what happened or something like that. Okay, because now I'm very curious. But like me, I always appreciate going to my grandparents and stuff like that place, and I always had so much fun at my grandparents. They for me, it was never a dull day. It was never a dull day, because I remember when I was a kid, me and my older brother would be because again, they would have toys for us there at their place, alright, and they had these really old toys that they would have mostly since my parents were kids or something like that. And they were a lot of fun. Of course, they had other things like Legos, Army Men, toys, cars. It was never a dull day when I went to that place. Right? And even if they had toys, I would be spending time with my grandparents, and they would always be spending time with me. Either we'll be watching a TV show together, or a movie. They would be reading me a book or something. Or it's actually taking me out somewhere. Hell, I remember my nana took me to a zoo. Oh, I had so much fun at the zoo. It was the Bronx Zoo, and again, I had so much fun there. Though I was a pain in the ass for my grandmother. Nana. I gotta remember to say that. My nana, I was a pain in the ass for her. She actually wanted to kill me at one point because, I was not listening because I was just too excited to see animals. I love animals. Okay. But this is making me think of my childhood now with my grandparents, and I miss those days. I probably will most likely be calling my grandparents later and just to see how they're doing now after this. I'm not even joking. I'm actually gonna call my grandparents after this. When my grandfather died, he died and I wasn't that upset because I didn't really know him, but that's upset me more than his passing did. I didn't know him. How was that possible? I had plenty of opportunities to talk to him during my childhood, but I never took advantage of that. Instead, I spent my time at my grandparents' house, wandering around like a model contact hat, reading and rereading volumes of boy mangas I brought with me to shove off the environment boredom. Maybe that's the real reason why I decided to see my grandmother today. Otaku contribute to my decision, but this is something that waited on me for a while. Guilt. I didn't want my grandmother to die like my grandfather as a mysterious prevalent entity who exists as nothing more than a shadow of the— oh my god, this is kind of upsetting— of my life. I wanted to get to know her a little bit better, not as the energetic family member, but as a human being. She deserves it. She's always been so nice to me after all. Her and my grandfather. Sorry to keep you waiting, you. My grandmother entered the living room, supporting a tray to a already hand. Alright. Here's your tea. Oh, thank you. Do you need any help with that? Don't fuss so much, dear. Like I said, you're my guest. It's my job to look after you. Now sit down. Sit back down. My grandmother slid a cup of tea from the tray and placed it on top of the tatsu, beside the bowl of oranges. Thank you. I bowed my head, my voice hushed. I waited until my grandma has placed her own cup of tea down and slid beneath the cover before I take my first sip. Is it good? I swirled the tea from the side of my mouth to the other, savoring the taste. I never liked green tea when I was little, but now I develop a tolerance for it. That border of fondness when the right citrus are met. Yeah, actually, I never liked green tea when I was little too, but now I actually like green tea. Green tea is good. Green tea is good for you. I drink a lot of it, actually. My grandmother's tea fortunately met all these segments. The tea had a soft, slightly mute taste. The leaves have been steamed for just the right amount of time, allowing the earthly flavors to seep through the warm water. It's good. Thanks a lot. There's no worry, dear. Yukanori always loved my tea. He said brewing tea was my one talent. Grandpa, huh? Though it might be insensitive, I can't help but glance back at the shrine. My grandfather looks back at me from beholding the smooth glasses frame that entombed him, a smile on his face. I think it's a nice picture. It would be far too sad if his funeral photo bore a frown. Yeah, that would be sad. Though now that I think about it, I can't remember ever seeing him frown. He was a very cheerful, good-natured person. I sworn it was because of the air around me. Yeah. It's the cleanest air in Japan. What what he always told me. It's been a while since his funeral, huh? That's right. It's been more than a year around. Though it feels like it was only yesterday. Do you, I let my gaze drop to the tabletop. The Tatsu wooden surface is scuffed with age and is ingrained with marks even deeper than the wrinkles on my grandmother's face. I wonder how old this Takatsu is. It looks like it's been through the war during my lately. Do you miss him? Of course I miss him. We live in a very quiet part of the world, but Yukinioi had a knack of bringing things to life. My grandfather had a loud, booming voice even when he was well into his 80s. I can still remember him calling out the same every sign, nook, and cranny in this small wooden house. The watermelon's ready. I wonder how long that was. Maybe 5 years? Maybe 10. When I went to sleep, I could always hear him snoring. I drowned out everything. Now, however, my grandmother sigh. Aw. I can hear the crickness in this summer of the wind in the winter more clearly than ever before. Didn't he snore bother you? Oh, not really. I got used to it. People get used to anything. Have you ever gotten used to the wind? Oh, not just yet. Maybe I should amend the previous statement. People get used of anything when they're young. Oh, when you get older, they grow into our habits. We fall into routine, and when things come along, it disturbs that. It's unsettling us, it takes long to adjust. That actually is true. Usually when I'm into my same routine for God knows how long and then I have to change it, it bothers me. It does. It really bothers me a lot. I'm sorry. My grandmother smiles gently. Why are you apologizing, dear? You didn't kill. Oh my God! Wow, that's not. I don't know if she's trying to joke around with that or not, but that wasn't really. I don't think that was funny. You didn't kill Yukanari. I know, but you have nothing to feel sorry about. Yukanari loved you a lot, you know. He did? Of course. You're his precious grandchild. I'm sure he'll love you whatever you may be, but you can't give you New Year's money. He can't give you New Year's money anymore. My grandmother's laugh, shaking her head. Okay, I guess it's a nice little joke, but I don't know. I wouldn't be laughing. I'm not sure whether I should laugh or not. It seems very insensitive. So, I take another sip of my green tea instead. That's a good move. I would do the same thing. That's fine. I'm too old for New Year's money now. My grandmother looked me over, one hand beneath her chin. I suppose you are, yes. You're getting bigger and bigger by the second. Taku's side comment about my expensive girth negates at me. Okay. My cheeks turn pink and I bow my head, spilling at my lap. Spilling at my lap? Okay. Oh, staring at my lap. Fuck. I'm tired right now. Freaking, I'm doing this like when I wake up too. Fucking. I think I start doing recordings when I wake up. I'm not that big. Not big then. Tall. Yukanori was tall. And now Kanane, you must be taking after them. I don't think I'm very tall. I've always been short for my age. Well, maybe I'm getting smart. Sure then. So, how long have you been planning to stay here? Maybe a day or two. It'll take a while to get back, and the trains will all delay on the way here. Ah, that's right. That's all that snow, isn't it? It has to be the snow. It has been snowing a lot. Ever so much, the weather forecast said it would meant the snow tonight too. I wonder if the train would even be running for tomorrow. It seems Christmas cake on sale in the supermarket near my apartment in Tokyo, and these depart irises, I think, sent. Okay. A neat circle of fruit cake with white icing pipings on it. Oh my god, what? Something with little gingerbread houses and small edible snowmen. God damn, stop mentioning about food. I want food. Oh my god. The Christmases in this in the countryside, however, are far away from the area of as you can imagine. The snow here can fall thick and fast between the months of December and March. Between the months of December and March. There you go. It can snow all the way into April if the weather is cold enough. Wow. Damn. And the weather seems to be getting colder and colder with every passing year. You know what? I wouldn't mind being there. Yeah, I like the cold actually. I'd rather be cold than hot. Some of the very old houses around these parts were wooden walls and rather lefted one eating and one actually collapsed beneath the weight of the snowfall a couple years ago. Their roof simply covered in, unable to bear the weight burden of all the pure white snow. It's a little wonder that the legend of the fearsome snow woman who parlors the mountain at night looking for a lost traveler originated from this area. You never find these snow women out in Tokyo. In the city, the temperature that can lead young men astray are limited to pachinko parlors and smoky izakaris. I think I'm saying that correctly. I guess ghost seems laughable when you're surrounded by so many modern high-raised buildings. It's much more isolated in the countryside. Quiet. Lonelier. If I strain my ear, I can hear the sound of the wind whistling through the skinny, dense trees outside. The shiver beneath the kantatsu. I shiver beneath the kantatsu. All of a sudden, I feel like a young kid. Alright. I think I'll actually end it here for now. I think this might be a good place to end it. Alright, we at least got like what the grandmother looks like. We see a little bit of the house, of course. At least in the living room area. Alright, and the grandmother is really nice and stuff. I actually like the grandmother. The mother is so kind and everything. So I'm wondering when she's gonna like revert to her old age, not young age now, and how too. That's another question. So, since they actually mentioned the Snow Woman, hell, I wouldn't be surprised she's the Snow Woman. Like, maybe. I don't know. I'm guessing. Alright. But anyhow, though, if you guys enjoy this episode of this, okay, let me know in the comments below, because I'm actually really enjoying this like visual novel a lot too, and I'm gonna be most likely actually after I get everything done with all the stuff I have to do, I definitely will be calling my grandparents, because I want to tell them how much I miss them, how much I love them, and definitely try to set up a day to go see them. Okay, because I miss them now. I do. So, like I said, if you guys enjoyed this, let me know in the comments below. Make sure you pass the like button so you guys enjoy it. And if you guys are new to my channel, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon too so you know if I upload new videos. Until next time, this is DomBeast, howling out.